When life gets unpredictable, preparation matters. In medicine, it's all about staying alert, ready for whatever comes through the door. On the road, it's no different. That's why Volvo designs vehicles to help anticipate risk, reduce harm, and protect lives. The Volvo XC90's advanced safety systems inspire confident decisions wherever the road takes you. The Volvo XC90, for life. Proud sponsor of the Pit Podcast. Learn more at volvocars.ca/safety.
All right, I think everyone who owns a car has faced a situation like this, and having received your text messages this week, I think nobody knows what to do because it really was a split decision. As I told you early in the week, coming back from a road trip, a truck kickbacked a gigantic truck. It struck my windshield, and I ended up with a crack/chip. It's larger than a toonie. Apparently, it's you can't repair it. It's got to be a replacement of the windshield. So now I got to get it replaced. My deductible on my insurance policy for things like this, a windshield replacement, it's $1,000. That's my deductible. And to replace the windshield, I got a quote, right? And I have a Tesla Model Y. And because it's got all those cameras, you have to recalibrate the cameras when you replace the windshield. $1,700 plus tax. So I don't know what to do. Do I file a claim or not? Will it affect my premiums or not? I don't know. Let's go to someone who knows. Adam Strumas is with us, partner at KBD Insurance. Adam, welcome to the program.
Hey, Elias. Thanks for having me on again. Much appreciated.
So let's talk about this. And I just want to go through all the things that have been brought up by listeners over the week. And I got to tell you, we got dozens of messages. It's a split decision. What do I do here? First things first. When I called my insurance company to just find out, hey, what's the deductible in this situation, they took my details down. Are they already dinging me because I even called them up?
No. Just because you're inquiring about damage and what the impact of the damage would be on your insurance policy and whether or not to make a claim, no, that will not have an effect on your insurance policy.
Okay.
Just by inquiring. If you do go through with the claim, obviously there are implications, but there's multiple factors that go into that.
All right. So the people that texted saying, Elias, don't even call, you're going to get dinged even if you just call. That's more of a myth than anything else.
That's a total myth. Just because you're inquiring does not mean it's an open claim. It does not mean you've received any indemnity from the insurance company, indemnity being a cash payout for the repairs. So until you receive the cash payout, it is not considered a claim. All
right. Now, in this instance, it's not, I'm not at fault. I mean, I was driving, but anyone could get hit by a rock and get a chip on the windshield. Do my premiums, will they go up in a case like this?
A claim is a claim is a claim. So to answer you bluntly, yes, it will have an impact in a situation where for you with a $1,700 potential loss and $1,000 deductible. If you were my client, I would probably be saying, well, what's your situation? Do you have the means to repair it yourself? If not, then if you have to make the claim, you have to make a claim. That's what it's there for the insurance. But there's also something to consider is, do you have other claims that have happened in the last 5 years? Is this your first one? Is this your fourth one? That would make a bigger impact as to whether or not how much your insurance premium is going to go up and if you can even still get insurance through the standard market.
Okay, so that's great. And let me fill you in, right? Because my last claim, I think it was over 8 years ago, okay? That's the last time I made a claim on insurance. What was the other thing that you threw out there?
I said it depending on how many claims you've had.
Yeah.
And also depending on whether or not you have the means to pay the repairs out of pocket.
Well,
that's another thing.
And that's the thing. Like I'm looking at, okay, it basically comes down to this, right? $1,000 deductible versus $2,000 to pay it out of pocket. You know what? I can do both. I have a rainy day fund. That's where I'm going to get the money either way, right?
Yes, for a lot of people, that's the case. But there's also a lot of people who, if we're being honest, probably shouldn't be driving a year of brand new vehicle because those are the implications. Is okay, well, your deductible is $1,000. The reality is that all these newer vehicles have all these cameras and sensors and this and that, and it takes a special technician and special calibration. It's not just the plastic of the bumper or the windshield that needs to be repaired. It's all the technical stuff on the back end that's also increasing the cost to do the repairs yourself. So it's not as black and white. It's kind of a gray answer, I know, but that's the reality of it is, okay, well, each individual is a specific risk and has a specific profile. And yeah, if you have the means to fix it yourself, I would always suggest to go that way. It keeps your premium on a more flat level. You're more in control of the situation. But again, if times are tough and you need to make the claim, well, then you need to make the claim.
Here's another thing that listeners threw at me and really got me wondering is, it's a windshield, right? This happens to everyone. The stories I got from people, so many people get a cracked windshield or a chip in the windshield. But someone threw this at me and they said, well, Elias, now won't your car show up as accidented if I file a claim? Is that, even if it's the windshield, will it show up now if I try and resell the car 4, 5, 6 years down the road? Will it now show up as accidented?
That's a great question. I don't believe just a windshield will. For what I believe the accidented vehicle is referring to is when it's what they call VGA, a véhicule gravement accidenté. I believe those are the only types of situations that show up on, like, let's say, a Carfax report or something like that.
Like a body shop visit, right? That's what we're talking about.
Yeah, like where it's a significant accident where it was the car was basically rebuilt, not just like repaired.
And let me throw this at you, right? What if I have a policy that is quote unquote claims forgiveness, right? Your first claim, we don't, it doesn't count. Is there really such a thing as claims forgiveness?
Oh, if you could have heard me when I first started in this industry, I used to sell that all the time. I'll be honest, the reality of insurance right now is that the cost of parts, the cost of labor, the cost of material is all going up. So even if they're telling you they're pardoning you for your first claim, you're still going to get an increase at your renewal, 10 to 15%. That's just what's happening in the market right now. So are they forgiving your claim? So instead of getting a 30% increase, you're getting 15%. If you consider that pardoning the claim, then yeah, they are pardoning your first claim. But you are still, the reality is, going to get an increase year after year until the cost of materials, cost of labor, frequency of accidents, frequency of claims stagnates and gets level.
And let me ask you this, the other thing I'm worried about, so this is, to me, I'm not responsible, nothing, I got I have damage, it is what it is. What I'm worried about, if I claim this, right, and then let's say 6 months down the road, something else happens, right? Because driving a car is driving a car, someone hits me or whatever it is, and I have to file yet another claim. Should that weigh into the balance? If I can afford to eat it right now, should I? Because you never know what could happen. And then if you have 2 claims in the year, good luck on insurance, right?
That is exact. That is a great way to look at it and a great way to think about it. Again, like I said, if you can absorb it, then absorb it yourself. But like you said, you never know what's going to happen. And again, you got to consider also is what happened in the past.
Yeah.
So it's what's happened in the past. You don't know what's happening in the future. So it's a risk you're running because you're absolutely right. If you have, say, 3 claims of any nature in a 3-year period, good luck with insurance. You're going to fall into the substandard market. Your premium is going to double, maybe 1.5 times what you were paying, with less broad coverage, less extensions, and that's the insurance world.
That is the insurance world. Anything else I'm forgetting here, Adam, before I let you go?
I don't think so. I think we've covered it all. I'm happy to hear that everybody was okay when the rock hit you.
Yeah.
That's always the first thing that we ask when someone calls to declare an accident or a claim. Is everybody okay?
Oh, yeah. Here's one question, Adam. Actually, how do you? What's the advice you give people on how to set their deductible? Now, for me, it's because I did a high deductible because I have that rainy day fund. But what do you tell someone? $250, $500, $1,000. How should someone decide on their deductible?
That's another great question. It comes down to, again, the personal profile. What can you afford? What kind of rainy day fund do you have?
Yeah.
Our office, we set minimum deductibles for clients coming in as new clients because we understand the implications of making small claims. Like back in the day, I know my father, for example, before I even worked in insurance, was always complaining about insurance and how expensive it was and the deductible and this, you got to pay that. His deductibles used to be $250 for collision and $100 for fire, theft, vandalism, and glass breakers. The lower your deductible, the higher your premium.
Yeah.
The higher your deductible, the lower the premium. Is it that much of a difference, $1,000 to $500 on a monthly basis? No, it's probably like $10 to $15 a month. So it's not that significant. But again, it comes down to the personal profile. what can you absorb? What can you pay out of pocket? What kind of rainy day fund do you have?
Adam, going to leave it there. Valuable insight. I really appreciate your time.
No problem. Thanks again for having me on. It's always a pleasure.
That's Adam Strumas, partner at KBD Insurance.